Hey everyone, my name is Troy and I'm one of the Backbreaker brothers. And today I'm going to show you my custom team called the Mountain View Androids. Now since I'm a Google fanboy all the way, I love Google, I said let me make a team that, has my hobbies, my likes and things like that. So I inspire this team after them. So with any custom team you create on Backbreaker, you can create up to 32 teams. You can pick a name. You can pick your offensive specialty, whether you want to be a balanced offense, passing offense, rushing offense, and you can pick your defense specialty, whether it's coverage, blitzing, or balance. And your team bias, which is what you struggle against as a team. You can agility, strength, and so on. So I pick my name and everything, and also you can pick your how many number of goal players you have, like all the way down here. And the more goal players you have, you can add up to 11. The more goal players you have, you can your stats will go up. So you see my stats, I'm up to at least 9. It looks like 83, 85 overall in offense, defense, and overall. So let's get to the team. This is this right here is my home team, and this is my home team right here. As you can see, I got the classic Android green. And also I want to show you that on your helmet you can actually have 2 separate designs. So I kept the same helmet, got that Android green, and my brother, who is also the other Backbreaker brother, he helped me with the colors. As you can see, I chose black for the shoulder pads and that Android green for the torso. You can color your helmet, your torso, your arms, your legs, and your cleats, which is a very good thing. That's my home jersey, and this is my away jersey. I kept that white. I love how that white looks, and I kept that Android green for my lettering, for my helmet. For the torso, I kept that white. And also, if you don't see it already, there is a Android logo above on the right side of the player's chest. If you don't see it right here. So I kept that. I got that nice Android, I think a darker Android green. You can also use the stripes as well. I chose a white stripe with a green, with the Android green. You also do your gloves, your cleats, your socks, everything. Now let's get to the logo. Okay, let's get to the logo. Now I have this is the character design for my logo. I have him eating an apple, and and so it's a very simple design. And one thing I love about this customization engine, that when you pick a color, like say for example I have all these colors, you see how the grid looks. Now if you use the left stick to turn the dial. Now if you notice on the square part of the dial, like right in the center, I don't know, forgive me for my analog TV, it goes from white to black. Now whatever color you pick, you can add more black, more white if you want. And in order for me to get that Android green, I had to pick green and add a little bit more white. So that's really good. Simple design, but the color is nice. Simple design. I love the colors. And also, if you don't see it, I added some highlights. Forgive me for my analog TV. These make a crucial make sure design pop off the page basically. It adds a little bit more depth to it. Now let's go to the next one. Now this is the helmet. I chose just to pick a normal top of the Android head. I would have had the original logo, but it just didn't look right. At first I had the Android with mean eyes, but when I think of Android, I think of something that looks nice but don't come across it. like it just dominates, like, but it don't have to, it'll be expressionless as it does it. So that's why I kept it, because Android doesn't have to look mean in order to be a threat. And that's why I kept that. And so this is my end zone. As you can see, I have the Google search box. And this is a simple design. Now you have layers. Like if you notice at the bottom, these are nothing but shapes. Every shape, it makes up the actual design. I have over 290 layers in this one end zone. And it may not look like much. Like if you take an example of the Androids, I got the Androids, but I added the highlights. I added the highlights to the skateboard. I added the highlights to his arms, his body, to really make it pop off the page, off the end zone. And this is another thing, I had it pop off the end zone as well. Now with the Google logo, you can see highlights in it already, because the highlights make it just look better. Now if I can get in, forgive me for my analog TV, you see the detail in the lettering. You see that white in between the lettering, like on the lettering? Those are individual shapes. Though I had to take a rectangle and a half of a circle and stretch it really thin, like make it really, really thin to put on the words. But you see how the highlights make it pop off the end zone. Now you see the Google search box. I got the Google search box and the I'm Feeling Lucky box. And as you can see, I had the 2011 corporate privacy thing at the bottom, which is really funny. I just had to go real detail, like even in the lettering, like you see the Google search, how you see that white, all those are really individual shapes that I had to shrink down to fit on top of the lettering, because when you're on the field, these letters are gonna pop off of the turf. And I just love how simple but complex this design is. And as you can tell, you can see by my finger, you want to get accurate. I actually made the finger instead of a pointer, because you know when you're on a website, every time you click a link, your cursor is going to turn into a finger. This finger alone consists of, I don't know how many shapes. Let me see if I can find it. I hope I can find it. I know I got a lot of layers, but it consists of at least, I think, five shapes. I'm gonna see if I can find it on this layer sheet that I'm going through. I got like over, like I said, 298 layers. I'm just seeing, but it just goes to show you how deep this engine is. Like this one finger, like you see how it's highlighting. Every time it highlights, it's a different shape. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 shapes make up this one hand. And this took like at least, no, don't get me wrong, at least an hour and a half to do. I kid you not. 9 shapes took at least an hour and a half, at least. But it just goes to show you the detail this game has. And that's one thing I love about creating your own team. You have a personal connection to that team. When you take this team online, and people, I love individuality. Most people play with custom NFL teams. That's boring to me. But if you can create a team where it's just your own individuality, I love it. And I took this design offline. I didn't draw this out of my head. I just took the design offline, especially the Android skateboard. And I took that offline as well. I mean, I'm not the original content holder, but just to sit down and create it. And also you can pick your players on your team as well. And there you have it, the Mountain View Androids. So you can just go ahead and save it. I'm going to show you how it looks on the field. Okay, now I'm in the replay of the actual game. Let me go ahead and put that on mute. I'm in the replay of the actual game. Now, this is how your end zone is going to look. This is how my end zone looks. Forgive me for my analog TV. This is how it's going to look. Like, you see how I added the highlights, how it just pops off the turf? Same thing. Now you also need to, when you're creating your design, I suggest that you play a game and go into your replay and see how your end zone look. Because sometimes some of the designs that you do, it won't show up in the end zone if it's too low. Like this privacy thing, when I created that and came into the game, I had it too low. But in the editing, you see it on the end zone, but sometimes it doesn't transfer within the game, so I had to move it up. But you see that detail, see how it just pops off the page, pops off that turf, and I just love how this looks. This is just so original. And you see all the highlights I put in the words and how it just pops off the page. The turf, I keep saying that. Now also, this is the logo, and this is why it's important to add highlights. You see how it just pops off the turf and it looks like three-dimensional, like you can actually touch it. And that's the thing about highlights. And also you can also play with the team to see if your colors, you like your colors. I love my home colors and my away colors. And there you have it. And there you have it. This is the Mountain View Androids. And if you have any questions, comments, any concerns, you can contact us at our Backbreaker Brothers YouTube channel. Or if you want to play me in a couple of rounds of Backbreaker online, I'm on that PlayStation Network. My screen name is Asian_boy_100. I thank you for taking a look at my Backbreaker custom team, and you enjoy your day. Thanks a lot.